Hey, and welcome back to episode 4 in my very white belt at the moment jiu-jitsu vlog. This week was all about back offense. So if you remember last week's video, we went to the positions class and I worked through those different positions. Back offense is once you've got control over your opponent, once you've taken their back, how do you then submit them? How do you win the fight? It was a really fun week, went through lots of different techniques, lots of different grips, lots of different submissions as well, as you might expect. But there was one phrase that I was reminded of, which is a translation of an Inuit expression. At least I believe it is. My Inuit is quite rusty, non-existent. And the phrase is, "It's never the polar bear you can see that's going to kill you," which I love and is so apt for what's happened this week, in that it's never the submission you can see your opponent going for that is going to be the one that's going to get you, right? Particularly from the higher belts as well. But once you see an attack, once you see your opponent working to get a position, what's probably happening is they're looking to expose something else, right? Maybe they have you in a Kimura grip and you think they're going to take the arm bar, and actually what they're waiting for is you to expose your neck so that they can capitalize on that and then get the choke in, like a rear naked choke or something like that, or a single arm choke. So it's a really interesting metaphor in that in jiu-jitsu and this week particularly, what stood out to me is it's never the submission you can see that you're fighting really hard against that is the one that you need to worry about. It's never the leg that you think is trapping you that is trapping you. It's the other one. And it's about having that situational awareness to understand and adapt to what your opponent is trying to do. And it was actually really fun to spend a week dedicated entirely to offense and trying to attack and submit your opponent versus a balance of attack and defense, in that I think you start to see where the gaps are. When you're getting the reps in the attacks, when you're getting the reps in the submissions, you start to see where there is that opening, should your opponent try to escape, where you'd be most vulnerable, so that then when somebody tries to attack you in that way, you're like, aha, I know where the opening here is. I know where the escape is. I know what they're going to go for or what they could try and do, and how I can capitalize on that to get myself free or to get into a better position, or essentially to defend the submission. So, yeah, that phrase stood out to me a lot. It's never the polar bear you can see that's going to kill you. Again, we'll have to trust Google for their translation on that one, but it's great anyway, even if it's not true, and it's certainly applied to this week for me. We finished this week today with a session on the crucifix, which is where you have trapped both of your opponent's arms. They look like they're in a bit of a crucifix. And from there, you get quite good control over your opponent. You can restrict their movement, and then you can go for whatever submission you fancy from that position. But it was certainly a lot of fun. Enjoyed a week dedicated to offense. I think the thing that stood out is you're probably safe, even if I've taken your back. But it was a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm going to head into the weekend thinking a lot about polar bears and not fixating on the attack you think you can see, because there's probably another one lurking around the corner. Anyway, have a great week, and I'll see you for another vlog in 7 days. Take it easy.